let's talk about some upcoming March crowdfunding games. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Clayton, and in today's video we are talking about March upcoming crowdfunding projects. And as always, I have links and dates for all these games in the description box down below, and I can only cover so many games, so if there is some games that I miss or some games you guys are looking forward to, let me know in the comment section down below. And with that being said, let's just jump right into the first game. We have Scholars of the South Tigris, the second one in the South Tigris series. In this one, you are focusing on gaining knowledge to score points. You must find scrolls, deliver and translate them in order to score those points. The game is played in rounds and you may either work or rest on your turn. If you choose to rest, you reveal the bottom scroll card, gain income, and return all news dice back to the bag, and return all your action cards back to your hand. Ynaros Fallin, a combat game for 1, 2, or 4 players. This game features different stages of play. The goal of the game is to gain the most amount of experience and prove that you are the most experienced shaman. You can do this in a bunch of different ways. The first stage or level in the game will teach you the basics of the game, how to move, how combat works, as you race around the board, gathering crystals and discovering different land tiles for some sweet abilities. Level 2 and 3 will introduce new tokens, new abilities, and new ways to move on the board, giving the game a lot more replayability and making it more complex. I actually do have a review coming out for this one, so stay tuned for that. But first thoughts, the game is not as easy as it looks. I absolutely love the artwork, but there's so much going on in this game, especially when you move on to those later stages of gameplay, where movement will change based on the shadow tiles that you can lay down, and you're no longer racing for crystals as much as more getting to those land tiles, and defeating your opponent becomes more of a main objective. So much to focus on and different ways to gain points. It's not a simple head-to-head combat game. If you're looking for more of a heavyweight combat game, then this might be something you should look into. Sentinels of the Multiverse Disparation, coming to BackaKit March 7th. This expansion will add new hero decks, villain decks, and environment decks. This will include 6 capable heroes, 9 dangerous villains, and 5 ever-changing environments. Desperation also introduces variance events, critical events, and even new options of different ways to play your heroes. Tiny Ninja Tournament, a collection of challenging dexterity minigames that will ultimately test your skills. Compete with your friends as you battle monsters to score points. Player with the most amount of points, when the dust settles, will emerge the Ninja Champion. Honestly, looks like a crazy amount of fun and silly. If those are your types of games, definitely check this one out. It's going to be on GameFound. Drums of War, coming March 14th. Set in a fantasy world, Drums of War puts each player in charge of an army represented by asymmetrical decks of cards, led by a commanding hero. Drums of War offers a fast-paced tactical experience that lasts for 30 minutes. Kingdoms of Akandia, a fully open-world game where you and your friends are fighting together against the spread of darkness. The game will feature resource management, tower defense, and destiny cards, which changes every gameplay. If you like open world games where you can customize your hero, this might be another one that you might want to consider. Kingdoms of Akandia. Hounds Folk Tussle, coming back with a reprint and an expansion. A great boss battle type of game with silly humor. What can I say about this one? If you missed it before, now will be the time to get it. Plus there's going to be a new expansion, so if you really enjoy this game, then you definitely want to pick that one up. Old Maids, the spell blasting adventure game. Claim victory in one of 2 ways. Find the Master Orb and deliver it to the mage, or destroy your foes with spells. But be careful, because old mages do not die quietly. They become haunts that plague the living or return as undead liches. The Hunt, an asymmetrical card dueling game between the British and the German fleets. Galactic Renaissance. Explore the galaxy and create links with lost civilizations. Build your team and add new specialists to your deck of cards. Discover new planets, expand your influence in an all-out effort to score victory points faster than your opponents. The Quest Kids Giant Adventures, a life-size dungeon crawl game for kids 5 and up. Use 36 giant cardboard tiles. Players will create a dungeon of their own and act as their own game pieces. As they search for treasure, Giant Adventures features the same award-winning mechanics as the Quest Kids board game, but in a new, one-of-a-kind immersive experience. This one's going to be totally great for families. Highly recommend this one if you're trying to get kids to play more board games, especially one that's going to be life-size. It's going to be a lot of fun to play. Crown of Ash. This is a strategic worker placement area control game for 1 to 4 players. Players can take on the role of vengeful necromancers sending out their loyal minions to do their bidding. Gather resources to rise powerful undead armies, build mighty structures offering better resources and earning influence over the land, and march your undead armies into battle. This will play over 4 rounds and players will earn influence based off the structures they control. Player with the most influence at the end of the game will take control of the kingdom and rule it for the rest of time. Sounds pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to that one. Check it out. Crown of Ash. Let's go to Japan by AEG. This game consists of 13 rounds in which players will draw activity cards illustrated by Japan's based artists and strategically place them in different days of their week. The game ends with the final round in which you ultimately go on your planned trip, activating each one of your cards in order along the way. Player who collects the most amount of points by the end of the trip win. Floe. This game takes you on a heroic journey across the Iceberg Sea. Choose your path and leave your mark on the realm. Decide what type of hero you will be. This game will feature a unique region-to-region movement system that allows heroes and sailboats to navigate the realm with ease. Only the natural shapes of the ice and the sea are used to determine movement. You will never have to count squares on a grid. On that note, I do want to mention one more project that I know is coming soon. I'm not too sure if it's coming this month, but it is coming soon, and it's board game related, and that is a new tabletop news show called Tabletop News. Now, this will be hosted by Becca Scott. If you're unaware who she is, she's pretty big influencer in the industry, plus some other co-hosts, but this is going to be a news show that will feature all types of board game industry news, such as, I believe, like upcoming Kickstarters, new games being released, all that kind of stuff. If you want to support that, I'll have a link for that down below as well. Now, let me know what games you guys are looking forward to coming out this month or coming out in the future. Let me know what I missed in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.